All right, so I don't know how the volume or you know, my voice is getting picked up by the microphone on his headphones, but I'm actually listening to something right now. It's a beat to a song that I got, and I'm practicing my song. But I just want to make a quick YouTube video. One, because I forgot to make my YouTube video yesterday, and I was just like, oh no, I forgot. So that's what the topic of today's YouTube video is gonna be about: forgiveness, and also why I can't do it. Talk to you soon.
Yep, that's how I'm starting this video. Alright, so it's finally time. Yeah, I had to get this light right because, boy, I know I look garbage this morning. But that's okay. Because this video today is going to be about forgiveness. And this is one of two videos. The other one is going to be a freestyle video because I didn't do my freestyle video from last Friday. So I'm freestyling today. With or without a beat, I don't know, but I'm doing it. So, you ready for that? But I wanted to talk about forgiveness because on a path to self-improvement, you will have slip-ups, and that's okay. That's something I had to tell myself because I didn't realize that. And I'm just sitting over here beating myself up. Pause, that don't sound right. Because I'm not doing the things I know will produce the long-term results that I'm looking for. Which is why I had to learn that, okay, it's not the end of the world just because I didn't work out this one day or I went over my calories or whatever, as if I'm counting anyway, but still you get the point, I lost the weight, so. uh, but it's, it's, it's something I know a lot of people struggle with because I struggle with it. And quite frankly, I know a lot of people like myself, not necessarily that want to do the same thing I want to do, but they got that drive to improve and they want to get better at things in their life, whether it be like, fitness, self-development, hit me up, psychology, self-development or whatever, and, just things of that nature. And, they struggle sometimes to like, you know, do things consistently. Because it's not the large things you do. The large things are gonna happen over time, anyways. That comes from the small successes compounding. That's where the large, achievements and goals come from. But if you slip up at the bottom steps, how you gonna reach the top? You know what I'm saying? So it's it's more so, I see people giving up because of these small slip ups. And what I'm really trying to say is like that don't matter. Like it's like it's still gonna go on. You can still pick it back up and keep going. Like just because you broke the chain once don't mean it's like all over. You just start over. And it's not like your results completely start over because you fell off once. See, it's not like in a video game where if you get hit and die, you start over, from the beginning of the level or even at the beginning of the game, depending on what game you play. Like it's not like that. If you slip up, it's kind of like you took a hit and lost some HP. You know what I'm saying? It's a game like that where it's, you know, where failures compound and successes compound. And if you continue to just get back up on it, realize you made the mistake, and you just kind of reflect on it, which is another topic. You know what? I might, just one Wednesday video, I might talk about self-reflection, but right now I'm talking about forgiveness. But if you reflect upon it, you could get some new insight. See, that's something I really didn't know much of neither, which is self-reflection. I didn't know how to do it. It felt unusual to me to be asking myself questions like, "Oh, okay, I failed in this instance. Like, what could I have done to make that better?" Because it's just like just the thought of that is it was confusing to me. I couldn't grasp that concept. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, what asking myself is like, where did I fail? Like, where did I slip up? But then I realized, like, wait, that's a mindset trick. It helped me get my mind right, which is important. That's something that's very important when you're trying to improve on yourself because like Albert Einstein said, you can't fix a problem from the paradigm that you created in it. If I believe that my intelligence was, purely based on genetics, whether I got it already right now or not, I wouldn't be as intelligent as I am now. I wouldn't have learned the things that I've learned, and I wouldn't be continuing to learn. Why? Because if you feel like you should already know it, you won't get anywhere. Like, you just won't believe in putting in the effort to learn it. See, now I'm trying to develop a growth mindset, which means is like effort is what equals success. Effort isn't a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're not good or that you can't be good. It just means that you have to put in effort to get out the result. That's what that comes from. And that's why I wanted to develop that. I even got the book by Carol S. Dweck called Mindset. I wish I could just put a little picture of it right there up in the corner so you guys can see. But on my phone, my video editing software isn't really up to par like that. So, I probably have to put a picture of myself in this talk in a frame, like just a still frame for a couple seconds with a book title up there somewhere. But because I ain't got my laptop right now. See, if I had my laptop, I'm gonna get another one soon. But if I had my laptop, I could just put this video, I could upload it up to my laptop media files, and I could just edit it from my laptop, and I could do a lot more that way. But I'm still even learning video editing myself, and on top of that, I'm learning how to do it on the phone. So what does that mean? I'm learning, yes, that's a great thing, but I'm learning how to do it in a certain paradigm, in a certain setting. I can only do it off a phone, so I can only learn video editing based on how it would work on the phone. See, if I wanted to edit videos to make them like really good, like really, really good, I would have to edit them from like a different kind of situation, which, I get into that later. Fuck out of But it's like, success is not linear, bro. I mean, there's steps that lead in a linear direction, but not everything goes that smooth, bro. Like, you gonna mess up, you gonna slip up, and yeah, it's okay to beat yourself up for it, but like I learned from RSDTyler, and if any of you guys follow RSD, you should know what I'm talking about. Like I learned from RSDTyler, what he says is, don't beat yourself up for not getting the result. Beat yourself up for not following the processes that you know are gonna produce the results that you're looking for. So that's important. You can beat yourself up for that. Like if you if you going into working out to lose weight, okay, and you're doing mass, slow, steady state cardio. Now at this point it's been proven. There's been so much research, so much research, so much research, proving that lifting weights can actually help you to get that to get that muscle mass, like Brandon Carter. I love bro. He's a genius. He's a G. He's a real smart dude, and he's doing a lot. He's being real successful with what he's doing. I appreciate him as far as fitness goes. But when you build muscle mass, it can increase your metabolism because you got more muscle in your frame, and more muscle means increased metabolism because your muscles need more energy, which means your metabolism moves faster to burn off the fat. And if you're constantly like working out and working on building muscle, that's where like gains. That's where that's where your result would come from as far as like losing the weight. So I say that's what you should really go into. That's what you should look to do. Follow the process that you know is going to produce results. And if you don't know what to produce results, here's another thing. All right, I learned this from a whole host of RSD guys, but the one of the guys that I, most notably heard it from was Julien Blanc in RSD. He has this great self-development channel called Julien himself. Go look that up. I wish I could. I would post links in the descriptions to all of this. As a matter of fact, you know what? I will do that. I will. I'm sticking to it. I'm counting up. I'm gonna promote someone else's channel on my channel. You wanna know why? Because they are people who helped me. Okay, they may not even know who I am. They may not, well, they would have. I'll get to that in the video on self-reflection. But they would have known who I am. But, because, they've helped me to achieve some things that I've been trying to achieve. So I can definitely give them shout outs. I can do that. Regardless of whether or not they even see this video or not, I feel like they should hear it. But my thing is like, what Julien was saying, it was like, I'm drawing a blank. No, because I remember this. It was saying, okay, so the all right, so what Tyler was saying, it was like, yep, brain fart. But what Tyler was saying, is to beat yourself up for not sticking to the processes that produce results, right? Which is important. Which is why it's okay to beat yourself up when you're doing what you know is gonna produce your results. But what Julien said is, when you don't know what to produce results, when you know no ways at all, you can't judge it and procrastinate and keep using the fact that you don't know what to produce results for you as, you know, as an excuse not to take action and do what you need to do right now. All right, so if you know no ways, here's another thing. If you know no ways of like how to get what you want, start with something basic and see if it works. See if it works for you to start off. That's important. Okay, if you're not doing that, you retarded. Pardon my French. I don't even like using the word, but you is retarded. Okay, because if you're using that as an excuse, like, oh, I don't know what would be the best way, that's great. That is perfect. That is absolute gold. Go out and do anything. That's literally the freest state you'll be in the entire process. Why? Because you don't know. If somebody was to say, oh, get backflips, doing backflips for 30 minutes a day on some soft, cushy mats, as gymnastics practice will get you, six-pack abs and in lean shape, you're not even in a position to be like, oh man, that don't even work. Because you ain't tried it. I know I ain't tried it, and I'm not gonna try it. Why? Because I know what works for me, which is building muscle. Y'all wanna know something? Alright, I was stupid fat. Like, you know what? I think if I got pictures of me as a kid, I'm gonna show you. I might even put them on here. If I got pictures of me as a kid, I was dumb fat. I was super duper fat. As a matter of fact, I got it on my Facebook. I'm gonna get it off my Facebook just to show you. I was super fat as a kid. But I wasn't naturally even fat. It wasn't until I lived with my parents. No offense to them. I love they cooking. Keep cooking like y'all do. Please. Oh my goodness. Sorry. But keep cooking like y'all cook. It's good. There's healthier ways, but I'm about to force that on y'all. I don't got time for that. If I want to eat healthy, I'll get my own food. But they fried a lot of food. Okay, they got a lot of like oily, greasy, fatty stuff. It happens. Whatever. There's a lot of calories in that. Who cares? But when I started living with them prior to living with my grandparents, because I started off a good portion of the beginning of my life living with my grandparents before I lived with my parents officially. Yeah, there's more on that story later. But when I started living with my parents and I was eating they cooking, it was just like boosting me up and fattening me up. I wasn't really getting much exercise, and the reason for that was because I had an underdeveloped respiratory system because I was born premature. I was born at 5 months, so that's really early. I could fit in here, right in the palm of my own hand. Okay, I would be able to hold myself. If I had me as a first newborn baby, I could hold myself right here. I was that small. Now look at me. Legit, now look at me. I'm huge. Wow. I look like I eat all day. Oh. So that's growth. Okay, it took work for me to get like this. Like they had to pump me full of food. No homo, that don't even sound. They had to pump me full of food for this to even work out. All right, for me to even get this size. And then I had to work out and exercise to lose all that weight because I had gained so much weight that I was obese. I was largely obese. Now I'm probably just a little slightly overweight. But now, compared to then, it was much better. It's much better. I look better. I feel better. I even eat better. I think better. I'm clear. I'm clear minded now. I know things I want as far as things go. And goals change, but to have a direction to start is great. So that's what I'm on. I got my direction to start. But main thing is like stick to trying to learn the processes if you don't know the processes. And how do you learn? By taking action. That's a great way to learn it, regardless. Because here's something they don't teach us in school. Right? This is something I learned from a lot of like self development coaches and self development personalities across like just different platforms. But what I've learned is like what they don't teach you in school is one the truth about success. Because if you want to be honest, success is a numbers game. If you keep going through the different processes, okay, you're gonna find something that works for you eventually. Okay, something's gonna come, something's gonna give. You're gonna get what you want eventually, but it's a numbers game. It isn't like, oh, if you try this process and fail, that you just can't do it. Like they would teach us in school. You know how they had standardized tests. Like if you can't pass this test, you failed the class. No, it does not nearly work like that. Not in real life. If you fail the test, you get up and you keep going. Like that don't mean the class has failed. That means that test has failed. Keep going. So that's one thing that our modern school system influences. But another thing it influences is like when it comes to learning, is I mean, my favorite classes were the ones that were hands on. You can ask anybody because in chemistry class, when it came to like the lab assignments, oh, I was in there. I was motherfucking with a microscope, even if what you could see right there was clearly what we had. I had a microscope anyways. I'm looking, I'm investigating, I'm examining, I'm searching. All right, I was in it. Why? Because it was hands on. It's literally like what you just learned in class, which is usually what the lab will come down to, is what you're about to do now. So if you ain't pay attention throughout the class, now you're about to fail the lab. But the thing I liked about it was if you paid attention in the class, which is great, you get the book information, like, oh, so that's how that will work. Now you get to try it. That will solidify it in your mind. When you see a chemical reaction process happening live in front of your eyes, you're not gonna be like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like I can but I don't know why I did it like that, but I did it. Shut up. Um, but you're not gonna be surprised. It's not gonna come as a surprise to you. It's gonna be straight. Like oh, so that's how you would make that happen. That's how you would look at it. Because that's what would happen. You would make that happen in the way that you learned it. And now it's solidified in your mind like, oh, if I wanted to balance this equation or balance this chemical situation in front of me, I would need to add this to make it so that X lines up with Y. Or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to get into science talk. I don't remember too much, but I know basic concepts. Okay, so screw you. But that's that's where real learning comes from. If you ever did really good in a class, guaranteed it was either because you were just really good at retaining book information, which is one thing. Two, you study hard, which you better. And three is because it had hands-on elements that allowed you to use what you have learned, or at least teach it to someone else. Our teachers didn't just learn this. Okay, they were taught this by someone who learned this first. Meaning that, like, they spent years just learning it, and right after they taught it, which is why they retain it so well, which is why they're so connected to it. But you should be the same way. Like me, one of my things that helped me a lot, I was a poet. I used to really love poetry. Okay, I was real good at it. And I realized that like the figurative language skills that we learned in school would contribute greatly to poetry. So what I do every day, okay, after like classes or whatever, whatnot, and especially on the weekend, wow, this is about to sound real fucking lame, but especially on the weekend, after I learned something regarding figurative language in class, I would use it to write a poem, you know, to try and include those elements. Oh, I got crust in my eye. That's how you know I just got up. I just got up just to do this. I don't care though. I'm still gorgeous. Yeah. But long story short, you use what you learn immediately. Like, don't wait. Once you learn something, like if it's something you really want to do, like to try and achieve a certain goal that you got set for yourself, go out, find some information, implement it. If it don't work for you, toss it. Go for something else. Now you got it listed. Like, oh, this process don't work for me. Bang. And now you can go to something else and leave that shit behind. But another thing is when you're going through processes, don't beat yourself up for not getting the result. The result gonna come as long as you're constantly working at it. Consistency is key. So with that note, I'll probably leave this one off, but just, remember to forgive yourself, bro. Don't be so hard on yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. No matter how perfect you start off. Nobody's perfect socially, perfect emotionally, perfect mentally or physically, but we can all grow. All it takes is sticking to the right process that'll get us to where we want to go. So with that, I'm signing off. Thank you for watching if you are. And if not, share it anyway. Just see it and press share. You don't have to like and subscribe because to be honest, I probably wouldn't like and subscribe you. So get back. That's the end of my video. Yeah.